Dear students, myself Professor G.N. Argun from Nehru Arts, Science, Commerce PU College, Gantigiri, Hubli from Department of Commerce. This academic year, I am going to deal with the subject Business Studies. First of all, I would like to thank the management of Anjuman-E-Islam Hubli for organizing online classes and giving an opportunity to the teachers and students for the concept of e-learning. So, let's come to the topic management. Introduction. Management is an art of getting things done with and through others. Management can be defined as the process of getting things done with the aim of achieving organizational goal. Management is an art of getting things done through with others. Management only cannot perform the whole task. Management requires the below levels of management. Either it may be operational level management or it may be lower level of operation or lower level of management. The all together can perform the task. Management only cannot perform the whole task. Management and their subordinates can perform the task and achieve the desired goals of the organization. Now, next part. Levels of management. Management has three different levels. First one, top level management. In top level management, the chief executive officers and managing directors. The second level of management is middle level of management. In this, different levels of managers like HR managers, marketing managers, finance managers, and last one, operational level or lower level of management. This consists of supervisors and laborers. The next one, functions of management. Management has different functions. The first one, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Now we are going to deal with the first function of management, that is planning. Planning contains meaning, definition, importance, features, limitations, process, types, and classification. Now comes to the meaning part. Thinking before doing something. Planning is nothing but things before you act. Whatever you are going to perform, you have to think before, then you go for the performance. Definition. The different authors has given their own definition. The first one, according to Theo Heyman, planning is deciding in advance what is to be done. It means what is going to be done, when it is going to be done, and where it is going to be done. It is decided with the help of planning itself. The second definition, according to the Wundt and O'Neill, planning bridges the gap between where we are and where we want to be. With the help of planning, we can decide our future. Today where we are and in the future where we want to be. Suppose for example, today we have passed our SLC examination. After in the future we want to be a graduate from the commerce. Which course we have to select? It decides the planning. Importance of the planning. The first one, planning provides direction. By stating in advance how work is to be done, planning provides the direction for the action. With the help of planning, we can select our direction to reach one desired goal, to reach one destination. Which route, which direction we have to apply, it shows the planning. Planning reduces the risk of uncertainty. With the help of planning, it enables a manager to look ahead and anticipate the changes. Planning cannot avoid the risk, but planning can reduce the risk. They can reduce the uncertainty which is going to happen in the future. We can avoid or we can reduce. Planning facilitates decision making. Planning helps the manager to look into the future and make choice among the various alternative course of action. To perform the particular task, there are many ways are there. There are many alternatives ways are there. Out of alternatives, which one we are going to choose? Which one we are going to select? It is possible only with the help of planning. Planning reduces the overlapping and wasteful activity. Planning helps in avoiding the confusion and misunderstanding. With the help of planning, we can avoid the repetition of the work because already we have planned who is going to perform which task, when it is going to be performed, and it is performed by whom. It means before only we can decide and we can reduce the overlapping and we can reduce the wasteful activities. Planning is futuristic. Planning essentially involves looking ahead and preparing for the future. With the help of planning, we can prepare our future. Suppose for example, today we have started our company. After 2 years gap, after 3 years gap, where our company stand, how much profit we have to earn, it decides the planning only. Now comes to the features part. First, Planning focus on achieving objectives. Organizations are set up with a general purpose in view. Specific goals are set out in the plan along with the activities to be undertaken to achieve the goals. Here, in case of planning, first we have to set our goals. Unless and until we are not going to set our goal, our aim, we are not working towards the plan. To work towards the plan, first we have to set our goal. Next one. Planning is primary function of management. Planning lays down the base for other functions of management. As already we have known, there are 5 functions of management. Out of 5, planning is the first. The remaining 4, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, depend upon our planning. If planning is good, the other functions of management can perform properly. They can work actively. Otherwise, if the planning is failed, we can't work on the remaining 4 functions of the management. Planning is pervasive. Planning is required at all level of management as well as in all department of the organization. Irrespective of top level management, middle level management or operational or lower level of management. Planning required at all level of management and for all the departments. Planning is continuous. Plans are prepared for a specific period of time. At the end of that period, there is a need for new plan. Planning is continuous process. Goes on, it continues. If one plan is young and plan is prepared for particular period of time, plan is prepared for particular specific period. If one plan is completed, again we have to prepare for the new plan. Again the next plan is completed, again we have to plan for the third one. It means we goes on continue. Planning involves decision making. Planning essentially involves choice from among the various alternative and activities. There are many alternative course of actions are there. There are many choices are there. There are many ways are there to perform the particular task. Out of many, we have to select any one. If there is no choices arises, then there is no need for the plan. There are many choices are there. There are many alternatives are there. Out of many alternatives, we have to opt one only. That's why planning is an important. Now, next part, limitations. Limitations are also known as some of the drawbacks. Planning leads to rigidity. In an organization, a well-defined plan is drawn up with a specific goal and to be achieved within specific time frame. It means here planning is rigid. Rigid refers to fixed. We can't make any changes. We can't make any alteration. Whatever top level management has decided, the operational level management or it may be middle level management has to follow. They can't make any changes. They can't make any alter according to their circumstances. Planning reduces the creativity. Planning is activity which is done by top level of management and rest of the member just implements the plan. As just I have told you, the plan is prepared by the top level of management and it is implemented by the operational level management or middle level of management. And whatever they have decided, it is just implement. They can't make any changes. They can't make any alteration. Planning involves huge cost. To formulate the plan, huge cost is involved. Without a cost, planning is impossible. Planning cannot formulate free of cost. It requires some cost and the cost of the planning is added to the cost of the product. Planning is time consuming. Sometimes plans to be drawn up take so much of time and that there is not much time left for their implementation. As you know, planning requires so much of time and for the execution less time is remain, but it will require maximum time for the implementation. It means we have to reduce the planning time and we can take the maximum time for its execution. Planning does not guarantee success. The success of an enterprise is possible only when plans are properly drawn up and implemented. When we have made the plan, it does not guarantee we are going to reach to our goal. We are going to reach our destination. But implementation of the plan, the execution of the plan is foremost important for the success of planning. Planning process. Setting objective. The first and foremost step is setting objective. Every organization must have their certain objective. As you know, unless and until we are not going to set our objective, we are not going to set our aim, we can't work towards the goal. We can't work towards the organization achievement. It means first we have to set our objectives, then we are going to work towards our objective. Developing premises. Every manager required to make certain assumptions about future because future is uncertain. As you know, future is uncertain. No one knows what is going to happen in the future. But with the help of planning, we are going to decide what step we are going to take in the future. If something going to happen, what step we can take, what the stages we are going to be opted. Identifying alternative course of action. First of all alternative course of action should be identified. The course of action which may be taken could be either routine or innovative. Identifying the alternative course of action. To perform the particular task, there are many options are there, there are many ways are there. Out of many ways, which one we are going to prefer, which one we are going to select, here we are going to find out. The next one. Evaluating alternative course. The next step is to weigh the pros and cons of each alternative. Each course will have many variables which has to be weighed against each other. We have to evaluate each and every alternative course of action because each and every alternative course of action has some pros and cons, some weakness, some good things, some bad things, some positive, some negative. We have to evaluate each and every one. After evaluating, we have to select one. Selecting alternative. This is a real point of decision making. The best plan has to be adopted and implemented. After evaluating the alternative course of action, we have to select out of many, and this decide our future action. Implementing the plan. This step is concerned with the putting the plan into action. We're doing what is required. Here we have to perform our plan. We have to take action towards the planning. Whatever we have planned, we have to perform here, and our success of plan decide on this step. Follow-up action. To see whether plans are being implemented and activities are performed according to the schedule is also part of the planning process. Only just preparing the plan is not enough. We have to follow up the action. Whatever decision has taken, whatever planning has made, it is going to be implemented and performed accordingly. Now, types of plan. The planning has two types. One is single-use plan and next one is standing plan. The word itself defines a plan which is developed for one time event and project, and it is not likely to be repeated in the future. When the plan is prepared once and it is going to be selected, it is going to be applied only once, it is not going to be repeated in the future. And the next one is standing plan, a plan which is used for activities that occurs regularly over a period of time. When plan is prepared once and it is going to be used again and again repeatedly in the future. Now, classification of plan. Objectives. The first step in planning is setting objective. Therefore, it can be said to be the desired future position that management would like to reach. Depend upon our objective, plan is dependent. If have our long-term objective, the plan will be long-term. If have our short-term objective, the plan will be also short-term. Strategy. It provides a broad context, often organization business. It will also refer to the future decision, defining the organization direction and scope the long run. It means which strategy we have to apply, by which organization of business organization is dependent. Future decision our depend upon our the strategy. Whatever strategy we are going to choose, whatever strategy we are going to apply, this shows our future decision. Policy. Policies are general statement that guides thinking or channelize energize towards a particular direction. Policies. Policies are for all departments. Either it may be major or minor. Next one. Procedure. Procedure are routine steps on how to carry out our activities. They detail the exact manner in which any work is to be performed. Procedure is nothing but the step by step what we are going to perform. It is detailed activities. Which one has to perform first, which one has to perform the next. Method. Method provides prescribed way or manner in which task has to be performed, considering the objective. Depend upon our objective, we are going to use our methods. Sometimes we are going to use different methods for one plans to another plan. Rules are specified statements that inform what is to be done. They do not allow for any flexibility. Rules itself say it has going to be remain fixed. It is not going to be changed. It is not going to be altered from time to time, from one department to another department, from one management to another management. Whatever rules are prescribed once, it is going to be stay for long period of time. Programs are detailed statement about project which outline the objectives, policies, procedure, rules, tasks, human and physical resources required and budget to implement any course of action. Everything of the plan depend upon the program, because in the program objectives are there, policies are there, procedures are there, rules are there, tasks are there, human and physical resources as well as budget all together make a plan accomplish. And last, budget is a statement of expected result expressed in numerical term. It is a plan which quantifies future fact and figure. Everything depend upon the budget, because depend upon our budget we are going to make a plan. If our budget is huge, planning is also a good. If our budget is medium, the planning depend upon that budget. So today I am going to conclude this class. If you have any clarification, you can contact me on my number. Thank you.